All
right, we're gonna reset. You're checking out Weekend at Gabe's here on Twitch TV and Periscope and wherever we're broadcasting at. Give us a follow on these social medias. Weekend at Gabe's, and also the Real Sam Crane. Joining us now, Closed Sessions finest Chicago talent, local. We breed this. We do this. Mother Nature Boathouse joining us. Good evening, everyone.
What's up?
Good. We are excited. The new mixtape project, album, EP, whatever you guys want to put the label on it.
Mixtape. This is just a mixtape.
Yes.
I don't even know anymore. I come from the era of the barcode, so I don't even know anymore. But I'm gonna respect the title and call it Seasons Mixtape. It is phenomenal. I am so excited for you guys. Everyone did a tremendous job. Me and Sam were talking about like how I think you guys, the singles you guys dropped, and we're like, you guys could have probably dropped more singles, and our reaction would have been equally the same because every song smacks.
Oh, they're all bangers. Blessings. Thank you.
Appreciate that, man.
Exactly. All right, so let's you guys I know you guys, we had the Portals album or EP a year ago, right? And then we also had the Closed Sessions compilation album almost around the same time. So you guys have been building a rapport, working together. I know that Truth and Klevah, you guys kind of had your own DIY in studio producers, and you guys were working in that frame. Talk about like moving over to a Boathouse, who's the in-house producer for Closed Sessions, and building that rapport with him, so you guys can find your own a new identity to the records that you guys are putting together.
I mean, I feel like it was still a very organic experience. I think that's threaded throughout all of what Mother Nature is and what we've built thus far. So when we were able to link up with Boat, it was just a thing of us coming in and just vibing, creating the energy together, and then just going from there. I think it was probably like some months before that we like actually met Boat and like did a couple of one-off records, and like the energy was crazy. Like we did like probably like 3 or 4 records in one session.
That first time we met was like 4 records.
Yeah. So it's like, man, like then quarantine happened and all of that. So then we like, man, Bo, we just need something. He just sent us. It was a straight little smack pack, and from there, like we just started freestyle and stuff. And we were already in the working on another project, and then something told us is like, wait a minute, we still got some energy to get off. And everything that Boat sent us was in that vein, so it just allowed us to just skate all over and do what we do. So.
Every time I look at Boat's social media, like all he does is work. It's like studio photos. Like it's like your life doesn't exist outside the studio. Bro. So I can imagine that you probably had like 20 more records that you guys could have plowed through.
Absolutely.
What I really liked about the entire record, after listening to all 15 joints on that, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You really created this like seamless experience. The skits sort of just roll into the next one. The beats sort of just, you feel like you're in the fourth dimension or whatever it is. You know what I mean? What was your thought process behind that? Was that always intentional from the jump? And maybe talk about it from the writer's aspect and then the producer's aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that Seasons gave us an opportunity to bring a lot of ideas together that we've been wanting to do for our previous projects. We've always wanted to have like a mixtape feel, be able to have silly skits and like be ourselves on a tape and give people like a wide like range view of how versatile we are. Mm-hmm. So I think Seasons just really afforded that opportunity, and so we just went crazy. I don't know if that was always the plan. I think that we had a lot of ideas flowing for like what to do with our skits or like how we wanted to arrange. I don't even think that we knew it was going to be this long.
No, definitely not.
That was actually another thing I was going to say is I think it's just maybe a touch over 40 minutes. It didn't feel long. When I saw the list of 15 songs, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be long, but it felt, like compact and nice.
Yeah, because the tracks are just like, we just hit you, we smack you with as many as possible. And I think that that's really cool is like just the versatility. I think that was more so like the approach. And also, you said from a writer's perspective, a lot of these tracks, we started off as freestyles. So when he initially sent us that smack pad, we were like, all right, let's just record ourselves, like freestyle into it. And that created like that kind of like that raw, like straight energetic, kind of those cadences that you don't expect, or for us to come in when you don't expect, the way we traded off from each other, that all came from the essence of us freestyling. So thanks, Phil.
Oh man, it's a beautiful thing, you know, like they said, this to me, this came about kind of out of thin air. It almost feels like I sent them a pack a while ago, and then once they had like some demos recorded, they hit me and they're like, we want to do a project. Here's like, there was like 6 demos already done. So after that, it was just like, okay, let's link back up. We had been away from each other for so long. Like back when we first linked up in the studio around that 3rd compilation Closed Sessions album, to when we started working on this, we hadn't really seen each other physically in a long time. So they sent me those demos. We linked up and just kind of got in tune with each other a little bit better. And for me, it's always been about like pushing myself, I think, as a producer to like do more, like push the limits. I think that's how I kind of stay creative, is that challenge. And I've done projects in the past, you know, with multiple tracks and stuff like that, all produced by myself. But this was, I think, a bigger undertaking than those, and the sort of, I guess, the narrative of it all and like the cohesiveness of all the tracks really like showed itself when it was time, I think. But we just started putting stuff together and getting in tune, and it all kind of came pretty natural, you know?
Right. One more question for you, Boat, before I let Gabe get a question off.
Yeah.
You got a lot of beat sounds on this thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
You range from sort of this groove that you get into to the sort of the trap vibe. I guess I'm just curious, where is your sound most comfortable? You know, no outside influences. You're sitting in the studio by yourself. What's the music that Boathouse is grooving to?
Like personal taste, you're saying, or like
no, more so on the creation aspect. But you can talk about some of your influences too if you want.
Well, I guess I mean, the kind of the meaning, I guess, behind Boathouse is it's sort of like a floating home, you know, and so the sound kind of drifts around, similar to a boat in an ocean. So I like it all, man, and I think where I really live though, like if I had to just like put a sound to it, it's definitely in that kind of sample based late 90s, early 2000s, like underground hip hop kind of production sound. Alchemist and Madlib, and of course the J Dillas and stuff like that, but the sample based hard drums, I can't really go wrong with that, you know.
Right.
With this project, because I think it kind of makes more sense now that that I understand it as sort of what the drive of the project is, because I think I was kind of looking for a theme or some messaging, but it kind of felt like you guys were just really barring out and just really trying to like showcase like hard bars and lyrics, which makes absolute sense. And then on moments, you know, it's like was it new drip, new swag, watch yourself, you know, and it feels like a reinvention. Is that fair to say? That there's like you guys are refining what we thought of Mother Nature and giving us a new look.
Yes. Definitely. I don't know if it's a new look. I think it's just a look that we haven't been, you know, totally able to just showcase. This always has been Mother Nature, just hard bars, a lot of energy. If anybody's been to a live show of ours, like it's just that. Like that's how we grab the majority of our fan base while we have been in Chicago. But this just allowed us to just be free, let go, do what we naturally do. It's just like it was really like a reminiscent of our first project. The Mother Nature EP was just us being like, because of COVID and us just being in this box for so long and not being able to go out and experience things. Sure. It's like we still got some energy of that type of in that type of realm to get off. So Seasons really just allowed us to just be free, do what we want to, be silly, give bars. Like if you get the message, you get the message. If not, then you catch it on the next go round type of thing.
Right. Where we're taking people to after this project is it's gonna bring back portals. It's gonna bring back that Saturn return energy. So and it's gonna go beyond that. So it's like we really wanted to make sure that we gave Chicago and that we gave Closed Sessions, the label, a project that we could really stand on. You know what I mean? Like we wanted to like really just hone in on one, like all the relationships we've built since we've been in Chicago, since we've been like pursuing and been in the circuit out here. So it's like 5 years worth of like information that like we feel like no one really knows. People really still don't know who we are or really get our personality. So like she said, it's like it was an opportunity for us to like just bring all of us together, and Boathouse provided like the perfect backdrop for all those emotions and like
and let people
energy.
know that we rap. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Everything else is just like it's Mother Nature, man.
It was never like a worry giving them like any specific type of beat either, because I know that they can rap literally on anything. Like they are here to rap. So that was the goal of the project from the get-go, was like hard beats, hard bars. Watch me. Boom.
Watch me.
I like what you're doing with that. There you go. Was there ever a light bulb moment during the making of this, or something you heard, Bo, that you were like, oh, like holy shit, this is like phenomenal, like the way this is piecing together? Or was there ever an aha moment?
You know, there was like many little flickers of aha moments like throughout the process. It was a weird process putting it together, because we were together at times, but a lot of the actual working on the album, like we really just kind of like they go to their crib and they record their vocals. I'd send a beat, I'd send an edit, whatever, and then things really started coming together towards, I guess, like the end of the process, like when everything was recorded and now we're mixing and kind of doing edits. So it was like a lot of the heavy lifting came there. But I think it's always when it's coming down to the end where it's like, oh, okay, like the song that wasn't necessarily my favorite, maybe when we were creating it, is like now my favorite song, you know, like it was those moments when things started showing their true colors. Like the song started being what they were supposed to be, where it was like, that's a good one, that's like a really good one, and I'll like actually listen to it like just because I want to, you know, like even though I made it and me and Mike are in the studio spending hours like mixing stuff, you know, like I'll still put that on as soon as I get in the car. Like those type of records, whenever those would kind of come about, it was definitely a special moment, you know.
Absolutely.
For me personally, at least.
Yeah. So let's dive into a few of the records here. The people haven't heard it yet, but me and Gabe have heard it, and we are very thankful for you guys for sending that over, because it's fantastic.
Glad you guys like it.
Yeah, one of my favorite records on it, I think maybe my favorite record on it, was Delivered. And Boathouse, I'd like to compliment you. It almost sounds like a Rick Ross beat. Like,
he was one of the potential features that we wanted in our head on that record.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, there's still time to do the remix. I'm not mad at it.
Rose, where you at?
Baby.
But what I really loved about the record was that over that beat, I think there's a difference between people who can rap and people who are sort of born to do it. And the people who are sort of born to do it have this sort of unique, iconic voice. And I think you guys have that unique, iconic voice. And that Delivered record was really where I could differentiate like both of y'all to each other. Because it's Mother Nature, y'all a team and stuff, but it was like, oh no, this is the Klevah style. This is the true style. So talk about how that record came together, you know, making it up, and what that was like recording that.
Do you remember?
Man,
I remember a little bit of that. I think that was one of the times, like we really only sat down together in the studio maybe 2-3 times during the course of like making the album, or mixtape, album, whatever. And this was one of them, and I think this was I think this was when we made Love Go too. I think.
Yeah.
And I was just going through samples and stuff and melodies, and I found that like, I don't even know what instrument that is, but it was just such a hip hop, like, soulful sample chop, and I just threw some drum loops on it and chopped it up, moved the sample around. It's just another day in the office, I guess. But
it's easy and slight work for you, man.
Yeah, I think I saved it as delivered too, which is like, I'll name a beat, and when I save it, like, random stuff like strawberry kiwi or something like that, like just random names. And it was one of those instances where it's like they took it, they rapped on it, and it was like the message was already ingrained in it, just like without me even knowing. Like, I saved it as delivered, it became delivered. Like, one of those moments.
I love when, like, beats connect to, you know, like what we write about. That was like the last part of the project, was like naming everything, right? But that was just one of them joints. Like, to be honest, I don't really even remember the making of it.
I remember the making of it. We were still because when we write, it'd be a thing of like, we don't really talk to each other that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she got some, I got some, then before both moves on to the next one, we just like, okay, what you got? Boom, boom, boom. And you had the hook and like part of your verse for that. And I had like half of my verse done, and it was seamless. You know what I'm saying? It was like, boom, move on to the next. So it wasn't nothing like glamorous or something like, oh my God, about it. It was just like, okay, this dope. What's the next one, Bo? Like, It was just that. But it definitely was like, it was one, like I told her, it was like one of the hardest hooks that she has written, type of thing. So that's why I remember us writing type of Steve.
Absolutely.
Even though you guys weren't able to get Rick Ross, you guys still have a lot of star power on this record. Valet makes an appearance, Sir Michael Rocks, Brittany Carter, we had on the show when her album dropped, Freddie Old Soul, who's passed away as well. So you guys have some great guests that populate on this record. Talk about like either working with them or asking them to jump on the project, and why you decided to include them.
Man, I think that our original idea was we want a heavy Chicago love. So we like, man, we want all our features to be Chicago. We want to be with everybody that we, you know, all those people that we said we was going to link up with and make a record with, or that was just like long overdue. That was the goal. And then it started getting a little bit like, once we started thinking about like, I guess those like higher end features, you know, the Sir Michael Rocks, the Valet, things started to shift a little bit, you know, like we didn't expect it to land, but we was just shooting our shot. And energy behind it, obviously had the belief, had some connections. So it just really started to transform before our eyes. And at first, that was all we had. So our original idea was to have a lot of Chicago features. Then it was just Valet and Sir Michael Rocks. We didn't have anybody else on there. And I think we might have had like no, we had nobody else on there.
Nobody else on there.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and then we were like, yo, okay, we got one more week before we got to turn this thing in. We got one more week. We was like, I just kept telling her, I was like, hey, bro, we gotta get Dave Fresh. Hey, we gotta get Murph, bro. Don't you hear Murph? Hey, we gotta get Freddie. But if we get Freddie, we gotta get Brittany. So it was just one of the things that, like, these are one artists that we have a personal relationship with or have a personal story with, who we've grown with in some capacity, either since we've been here or before. You know what I'm saying? Like the connection with Dave Koresh go back to U of I. So it's just, we have stories that we want to tell, and what better way to tell them than through these relationships? And all of these features hit us back within like a week.
Yeah,
like
that's all we had. That's all we had.
was like, hey, yo, you got to turn this into us on Saturday. If you want to be on this project, we really want you on here because it just elevated and we need you on here. Like, we need you to go on here. And that's what it was. Everybody hit us back in a few days and, man, blessed us, truly.
One of the things that Brittany Carter says on the record is Southside legend, not yet, but I'm calling it. I gotta feel like I call Brittany Carter the queen on my show. When I play her records, I'm like, this is Brittany Carter the queen, man.
Yes.
And I feel like you guys, you know, first record I ever heard from y'all was This Yo Year, which was like roughly at the start of quarantine when I started getting into radio. I feel like you guys are Southside legends, man. You know, How do you feel about that?
Hey, I gotta say West Side Legend, but
West Side.
big love though, big love. I mean, I feel like it's one of them things of just like, you know what I'm saying, like us just being true to the craft, being true to what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is embedded in every feature that we had on here. Is folks that like not only, you know, like you can rap and you MC, but it's just like it's a thing of like you are hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that. So I think Seasons allowed us to like showcase Chicago in a way that we haven't seen in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like back in, you know, in the Chance days, acid rap, those types of things. To be excited, like we want the city to be excited about something that's bubbling. You know what I'm saying? And then to inspire other folks, like let's really start putting that pen to the pad. Let's really start to, you know, put messaging in the music. You know, it's so much more. The plethora of everything we can talk about is so much more than what we hear on the radio day in, day out, which is cool, but we're just trying to add some balance to the game. So I think that's what we're trying to do with Seasons, in that type of way. So that's why we're just so grateful for every feature, so grateful for Boathouse, closed sessions, everybody helped pushing this. So man, we just can't wait. We're 4 days out, you feel me? So man, we ready to make a shot for real.
Yeah, the record is gonna be out there. It's gonna be amazing. I know that everyone's gonna love it and appreciate it because I know we do. And to be honest with you, I don't expect anything less out of the Closed Sessions label. And I know that with Boathouse being on board, like we're gonna get a quality record. And I know that we can't play the record here, but let me tell you that when it does drop, it's gonna be phenomenal. And so I'm really excited for everything that's moving forward. You kind of hinted at there's something after this. Did you guys already working on a project to go maybe in a few months or this summer?
Oh yeah. And that's a couple years in the making as well. You know what I'm saying? So we keep one in the tuck. You feel me? So it's brewing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Can you give us any idea what that may look or when that may arrive?
He likes to ply with like a crowbar. He likes to get under, you know.
I don't need the whole answer, but if you just give us a piece, we can.
I'll break it all down right now. I got all the inside info.
The next project really taps you into the language of Mother Nature, the culture of Mother Nature, the spirituality of Mother Nature, and it's really going to be our tool for healing. I
got two major questions on the theme of the album that I want to give to y'all. But first, I want to ask Boathouse about something from a long time ago. I seen you doing DJ sets, man, and it looked like you were rocking the place. I seen potentially solo songs that you have released. Can we expect a new album from Boathouse anytime soon?
Man,
we just got the project like a month ago, right? The instrumental album.
Well, there's been a couple single. Oh yeah, In Velvet. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, there'll be more of those. In Velvet is the new kind of instrumental series that I've been putting out. Like Gabe said at the top of the show, man, like all he does is he sees me working all the time, and that's just what I do. I'm always putting shots up. I'm always sending beats out. I'm always making new beats. So there's no telling where any of those might land, man. And that's the same with the In Velvet stuff, really. The instrumental series is a lot of those beats become songs. There's a song on that In Velvet called Cassius that turned into Goofies. So that beat right away became a record. So man, just a lot of growing for me, man, and I'm just trying to take people along for the ride.
All right, one quick question on the DJ set theme. Yeah. You got one DJ show to play somewhere in the world. You can do anywhere. It's no COVID. It's no problem. It's no nothing. Where are you busting it down?
Bro, I'm going back to Thailand. I've been there before for a set, and I'm going back, baby. That's exactly where I would go.
Word. Yep. All right, now back to Mother Nature. The two themes that I saw on the album in general was y'all keep talking about the source, and you keep talking about the fourth dimension. So I got two questions. Where is the source? Is it in your pocket right now? Is it like in the hood, like you can just reach back and grab it, or what? You know, where do y'all keep that? Is it in a safe?
Source is omnipresent. It's always everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. It's in this lesson. In this chat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in you right now. It's in us. You know?
Us. And we really, really feel it when we come together and we create. It doesn't have to even be any music. It could just be us in conversation. And next thing you know, we have just created something out of nothing. And I think that ever since we've been together, that energy has been so present. It's just been this guiding force, honestly. And so it's just always our goal to stay tapped into each other, to find our source. You know what I'm saying? When we get low or when others come to us, we just gotta, as Mother Nature, it's kind of like what we've grown into. It's like our responsibility.
Word. And then this gonna sound like a wacky question, but like when you get to the fourth dimension, like when you walk in the door, what does it smell like?
Oh, it smells like fresh flowers. It smell like grandma's home cooking. It smell like you know,
the right type of flowers. The right type of flowers.
Ganja gotta be ganja, baby.
A little shea butter,
a little sage, maybe, a little Palo Santo. You know what I'm saying? It's a multitude, man.
I think that's my favorite response to a question that we've had yet on this show.
I love that though. Thank you for that question. You know,
before we let you all go, I wanted to look at that. Look, I get food delivered while I'm on air.
Damn.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, that's me.
Oh, look, we got cross collaborate. All right.
Yeah, man.
The cipher is infinite. Man. You will definitely catch him on the album. You're not on the mixtape, but his energy is definitely all over.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, before we let you guys go, there was a tweet that made some noise last week, I think it was, and it got a lot of attention, and it was to the effect of, where are the female Tupacs? Where are the female Kendricks? Where are the female Jay-Z's? And because of the macho male masculinity that's in hip hop, people responded to this stupid tweet. And I want to just tip my hat to you guys, because I think that the work that you guys are doing is trending its own path. It's too far often in hip hop, and I've been following this for a long time. Too far in times in hip hop, we ask the questions of women that we wouldn't ask of our male counterparts. I just want you guys to keep doing what you're doing, keep treading new paths, exploring new avenues, working with other artists, because I think the work that you're doing is very important, and also is bridging a new style of hip hop that we haven't heard yet. So.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming for us to even have the confidence to be fearlessly who we are, and two, for people to understand that they need this, like they need our music, that they need these messages, that they don't need kind of all the toxic stuff that we've been listening to. It's all about balance.
It's balance, man. We just very off kilter right now, so we just want what we can bring to the sphere to be able to like heal and motivate and inspire. Because we know, regardless of any accolades that we get, we do this because of a higher power. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a mission here in this realm to do something greater than ourselves. So it's beautiful that you see that within us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, when I was in the early 2000s, like I could listen to 50 Cent and then I could go listen to Dead Prez. It was great. It was like that's the balance, and I'm glad you guys are evening it out a little bit and taking us away from some of the more aggressive themes that have been, like you mentioned, more on commercial radio. But that's not. But let me get off my soapbox and wrap up. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank you for joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. SZNZ, the new album.
Hold on, real quick. Stick around after the show. We got to talk about something real quick. And could y'all plug y'all businesses? Plug Fresh Ass Monk. And plug SZNZ Hip Hop.
Right now, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
So Fresh Ass Monk is another spiritual healing brand that was kind of created out of this energy of Mother Nature. I wrap raw crystals. I use raw metals. And it's really like a access point for people who love the aesthetics and are drawn to us by the aesthetics, but they are also interested, tapping into self a little more. Like, man, what is spirit? What is spirituality? What is what is energy? What is all these things? So Fresh Ass Monk is just a way for me to kind of create a conscious community that goes deeper than the music, you know what I'm saying? Just taps us into, getting back to our true nature. So yeah, that's Fresh Ass Monk. We also have,
and definitely, we are educators as well. So you can definitely check us out at Miss Ed of Hip Hop. That's where we house our workshop. You can get some more information. We bridge hip hop with mental health, entrepreneurship, scholarship. We're in a residency program right now, teaching the shorties. You know what I'm saying? Here in Chicago. So man, we're just trying to just touch every part that we can in regards to us just getting the knowledge that we need, uplifting ourselves, our youth, and just building this cipher in this community.
Right. Absolutely. We definitely need more uplifting and more healing, and I'm glad you guys are providing that. So keep doing what you're doing. We're huge supporters, huge fans. Please let us know whatever we can do to support, and we will be there.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all so much.
Big blessings.
All right. Mother Nature and Boathouse Closed Session Seasons is a new album. It's due out on Tuesday, right?
Boom.
Yeah, 20. Come get high with us. Yeah.
Spiritually high. How about that?
Yes.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Sam and Gabe.
All right. Boathouse and Mother Nature joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. I can't wait for people to hear the album. It's a phenomenal release. Everyone's gonna really enjoy it. And like I said, there's just so much to unpack, but also just the bars are crazy.
Yeah, dude, insane. We didn't even get to talk about Moments, which was like what really woke me up to these ladies. And that's just a crazy video. You should go check it out on YouTube right now. They under the tracks. They burning sage. They got all the Fresh Ass Monk jewelry on. So it's a beautiful, beautiful video.
All right, fantastic. All right, well, that's going to be our show tonight here on Weekend Games. Don't forget to give us a follow on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, at The Real Sam Crane. And also subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll be posting anything you missed tonight up later tomorrow afternoon. And you can find all our episodes from previous shows, including we talked with, remind me again, Heavy Crowns. Thank you.
We talked to Heavy Crowns in the Red Summer Project. That was Tuesday, right? It was just Tuesday.
I know it feels like a lifetime ago.
I know. Every episode is feels like 2 weeks ago.
And who else was on the show on Tuesday?
We had Heavy.
We had a great guest. I can't remember.
Oh, we had Jeff Bradshaw.
Jeff Bradshaw. How can I forget that we had Jeff Bradshaw?
Yeah, dude, that's criminal.
Listen, my day job is going to be the death of me. I'm just telling you right now. I can't remember anything that happened this week. So I'm going to go watch my old episode because I don't remember anything that happened. That's how far along it was. But anyways, everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please be safe out there, especially if you're going to be protesting and in these streets, fighting for justice for the Adam Toledos of the world. We definitely need your voice out there. But please be safe while you're doing it. And we look forward to returning on Tuesday with Chase Money, a local Chicago rapper who's going to be popping in. He has a new single out there, and then we might try to find someone else to join us. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks, everyone.
Peace.